Hey love, welcome back to Rollerset to Mindset with Angela. I'm your go-to transformation coach when 50 has knocked on your door and you are asking yourself, what is next for me? That is the question that keeps you up at night. Well, today I want to have a heart-to-heart talk. No fillers, no fluff, okay? Today we're talking about that moment in your life where everything feels too hard and you think about going back, not forward, you think about going back to what you already know. And I understand that more than you know. As a matter of fact, that's where I am right now. So if you need someone to help pull you through, I'm your girl. So the question I want to ask you, has there been a time or even now that you're pivoting from a business? You could be pivoting from a business. You could have left a job. You could have closed an old chapter in your life and you're trying to create a new chapter. And you've said to yourself on more than one occasion that I am ready for more. But now, you feel stuck. You feel tired. You feel uncertain, and your mind start whispering, maybe I should just go back. At least I knew what to expect. Let me tell you something, sis. Familiar doesn't necessarily mean aligned. It does not mean aligned. And if we're not careful, we are going to find ourselves going backwards instead of forward because comfort doesn't equal purpose. A lot of times we think because we are comfortable, because we know our game, because we know what we are talking about, because it comes easy to us, we can do it with our eyes closed. We think sometimes that that equals our purpose. And that's a conversation I had to have with myself. I retired from my salon after 35 plus years of servicing women, helping them to be beautiful on the outside. I stepped away, and during that 35-year period, I did become a certified transformation coach. And I love what I do. And I discovered that that's what I've been doing behind the styling chair for all of these years. A lot of my clients came to get their hair done, but they stayed for the transformation, the internal transformation, the mindset transformation. That's what kept them coming back to me. And so, what what are you feeling in this moment? Is it real what you're feeling? The hesitation, the fear, the questions, sometimes keeping you up at night. Did I make the right choice? Well, I want us to dive into that a little bit more because you've got to sit with yourself and you've got to come to terms with, why are you even considering going backwards? What is that trying to signal to you? And I believe that it's a signal for you to go deeper. Deeper where? Deeper into yourself, deeper into your reasons for pivoting anyway. I remember when I walked away from the salon chair. Listen, it was not because I didn't love it. I love it with every fiber in my being. I loved it with every fiber in my being, but because I knew I was being called to something bigger, I had to make that leap. And that leap wasn't easy, and I'm sure that leap is not easy for you. So I want you to understand, I know where you are. I know that leap is not easy. And there were moments for me, especially in the quiet times, because my salon, it was I serviced my people well and I spread them out well because I wanted to have that one-to-one with them. But in the quiet, once I've turned those lights out, and now that I am home working with clients online, working with some clients in person, some of my coaching one-to-one clients, there are moments when I have these quiet moments where I think, did I make a mistake? You know, I'm going to raise my hand and be the first to say it. Sometimes I wonder if I've made a mistake, especially when things aren't going as smooth as I anticipated or as I planned for. And there are a lot of reasons why things don't go smooth. Everybody got their reasons why things don't go smooth. So sometimes even the clarity isn't even there. What about you? Do you sometimes feel like, okay, I've left what I'm familiar with, I left what I'm known for, I left what I know. But even in making that decision to leave, you thought you were clear. Are you struggling now with, did you make the right decision? Do you feel like you were clear when you're just as clear now as you were when you made your move? And if you are clear, go ahead and put clear in the chat, clarity in the chat. And if you're not, then put uncertain. I want to see who I'm working with here because I want to try and help you with that. So, are you the person who's questioning everything? Are you starting to question everything? But this is what I want you to consider. What is pulling you back? What is pulling you back? Do you need to understand that maybe you need to get clear on who you are becoming? Because see, we forget that when we make a move to do a thing, we're not already that person that could handle it 100%. We become along the way. We become that person. We're not that person from day one. We develop the courage as we move along. You're not going to get courageous by sitting and thinking about it. That's just not how it works, y'all. What you have to do is you have to make a move. And in making your move, that is when courage comes because it eliminates fear. It eliminates what fear can do to you. Let's be clear about it. You have to make a move with the fear. You got to move with the fear. My mama used to say, I said, Mama, I noticed her body as she got older, she moved a little slower. And she would always say, baby, you've got to move with the pain. So I'm here to tell you, you've got to move with the fear. That's how you overcome it. And you build your confidence with every step you make. Every little step you make, you're building confidence. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you are still building confidence because that's how confidence works. Courage comes by moving with the fear. Confidence comes by moving, period. And then after all of that, that's when your bliss comes. That's when you can pat yourself on the back and say, I kept going and I reached a destination on my journey just to pick up and keep going again because it doesn't end. You are constantly becoming. And I can say that with conviction because this is what happened to me. I am still becoming because I move with the fear. Even when I don't want to, even when I'm afraid, I still move with the fear. Every step I take, I learn something new about myself. I learn something that I could share with you all. And sometimes I'm not up to it, but I do it anyway. And what I discover is this. That bliss, that joy that I'm seeking, it could never come to me if I'm going back, if I'm moving back. But becoming who I was meant to be and becoming who you were meant to be, who you are meant to be, that is what brings you joy. So let me break this down for you. And in breaking it down, this is the method that I use. This is the method that I coach my clients with. This is the method. I call it the Fuller Lifestyle C³B Method. C to the third power, which is a powerful thing. So let's talk about the C³B Method. Okay, that's working for me, that's working for others, and I know that it can work for you. And this is the foundation that I teach women 50 plus who are ready to create a new life chapter, not just repeat the old one. Ladies, there's no such thing as giving up. There's no such thing as going backwards. We're not even going to entertain that. We're not going to entertain that today, and we're not going to entertain that tomorrow. What I want you to do is I want you to visualize your future self. Who do you want to be? I want you to see who that person is and think about the areas of your life that you want to bring change to. You know, even your mindset, your attitude, you know, your belief in yourself and what you're going after, and your commitment to that. Think about that future when your attitude is right. Okay? When your belief in yourself is right, and when you are committed to seeing it happen. Visualize that mindset. Visualize your financial future, how your finance is going to look in the future, how you are going to deepen your spiritual convictions in the future, because you're going to need it. How you are going to operate through life emotionally, you know, by keeping your word to yourself, telling yourself the truth. You know, how are you going to take care of yourself physically? Who are you going to be in terms of exercising? You know, in terms of adorning yourself? Who are you going to be? And who are you going to help along the way by sharing your story, by understanding that your experience is meant for you, but sharing your story is meant to help someone else. So I want you to visualize that person. And I want you to use that future view of yourself as a tool to help you operate in the present moment. Don't look to the past to determine how you move in the present moment. No, I want you to look to the future. Who is that? What life is that you want? And then I want you to operate in the present moment from that. So let's talk about clarity. How is clarity, which is the first pillar in my method, how is clarity going to get you there? How is being clear going to get you there? Because you can't build a new life based on old patterns. That simply is not going to work. Do I need to say that again for the people in the back? You can't build a new life, y'all, based on old patterns. Because how does that saying go? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Think about that for a second. So you've got to be clear, because clarity is not just about what you want to do. No. It's about who you want to become. It's about who you need to become. Because you cannot achieve that future person if you don't even know who she is. So take the time. Take those areas that I mentioned earlier and apply clarity to it. Break that thing down. I break it down more into the actual coaching, but I'm just giving you an idea of what you have to do. Take the pillars I'm talking about, clarity, courage, confidence, and bliss, and apply it to the areas of your life that you're trying to change. So clarity is not just about what you want. It's about who you have to become. So I want you to ask yourself, am I being pulled towards purpose, or am I being pushed by fear? Push meaning you're pushing yourself back, because when somebody have to push you, you're not all in it. And fear will do that. Fear will cause confusion within you. And God didn't give us a spirit of fear. No, he did not. So we're not going to even entertain the idea of fear. We are going to accept the fact that our purpose, our reasons for coming here, it's calling us, it's pulling us, it's gliding us toward it. And you should get excited about that your purpose is trying, even when you are not. Your purpose is goal, job, is to pull you towards it. And it's a beautiful thing, because you grow so much more than you can even imagine. Let's take a look at the second pillar. The second pillar is courage. Courage. Courage? Courage is messy. Oh my goodness. Courage will break you wide open just to build you back up. Courage breaks you wide open, but when it closes you up, oh sis, you ready. You're ready then. See, courage means you got to show up even when you don't want to, and even when you don't have all the answers, because we don't want to appear that we don't know a thing. We feel like if we show up not knowing a thing, people may think that we are ignorant. But listen, learning, you gotta allow yourself to trust the process of learning. Because when you don't know a thing, that's a good thing. Because now you're affording yourself the opportunity to put something in you. You're affording yourself the opportunity to be deposited, something to be deposited into you. And you internalize that thing, and then you push it back out into the world. And it's like a dance. You learn, you do, and then you go. You learn, you do the thing, you internalize the thing, then you go out into the world and exercise that thing. And when you can do that, guess what happens? You make a decision, why should I go back? Why should I go back to the old? Why on earth should I go back to old? And why should I let fear stop me? So you have to decide that you're not going back, even when it's tempting, because moving forward, why? It's hard. It can be hard. But by you stepping out in faith, you soften that thing. You soften it. It's like, I don't care how hard a rock is, how hard a piece of stone is. Just one drop of water consistently will break that stone down. So it's the same with you. I want to encourage you to create small wins for yourself. Create small wins, because those small wins, they compound, they stack. And as they stack and compound, they get heavy, honey. And from that pressure, oh, you just crack it wide open. You create your own breakthrough. You can create your own breakthrough by acknowledging and creating and then acknowledging your small win. We call it small win, but ain't nothing small about a win. Celebrate your progress, in other words, is what I'm trying to tell you. Courage grows in motion. And you got to move with the fear. Fear, you have to start looking at fear as a tool to propel you forward, not to keep you stuck. Okay? Let's move on to confidence. Now, confidence is a good one because if we don't exercise our confidence, we might tell ourselves that we don't know what we're doing. That thing called imposter syndrome might set in because we feel like before we can make a move, we got to be perfect. Come on now. Come on now. If that's you, I want you to say, I have a problem with perfectionism. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comment. I'm a perfectionist. I'll admit to it. I'm a perfectionist, and many times that has stopped me from moving forward. But confidence, not perfection. Not at all. Confidence, not certainty. Confidence is built by doing it scared. How can you possibly be perfect at a thing, be 100% certain about a thing when you've never tried a thing, when you've never seen it done? No. We got to show ourselves some grace. Confidence is built by doing it scared. And the more we do it, now, confidence is different from courage. Courage is a whole different animal. When you are fearful, you got to really push. You got to really push to keep going, to be courageous. But confidence, the thing about confidence is each time you do a thing, you become less and less scared. Confidence is built by doing it scared again and again and again and again. And after a while, you're not afraid to do it anymore because you've built up a level of certainty. Confidence is built by doing a thing, making a mistake, course correcting it, and hitting that thing again. And then after a while, you start to puff up a little bit. So keep doing a thing. Do it scared again and again, and watch how your confidence grows. And the last thing, once you've got clarity about a thing, once the confusion is gone about the direction you want to go in or the thing that you are creating, you've got your clarity, then you don't let fear stop you. Move with the fear. So now you're building your courage muscle. Once you've built your courage muscle, then confidence has to kick in. And every time you do a thing, you feel more confident, you feel less fearful, you feel more certain. Then there is the reward of joy and bliss. You're proud of yourself. You're smiling more. You're sharing more with people. You're telling your story. You're making it happen. You're living the life. You're getting closer and closer to that future person in all those key areas that you determine what's key for you. All of those things start to grow. You've planted the seeds along the way, and then it starts to grow. Bliss is your reward. It's like a sacred rhythm. When you are blissful, because you did that, you got a rhythm about you that people notice and they want to be around and they want to know, what are you doing? They want to be in your space. You're allowing your light to shine. You're not dimming your light anymore. Bliss is like it's energy, but yet it's a certain level of peace about it. You know what I mean? Put peace alongside bliss. Peace alongside. Write that down for me. I want to see it when I go read your comments. I want to see it. Bliss is peace in your purpose. Oh, that sounds so wonderful. Bliss is peace in your purpose and joy in your journey. Because listen, I never said it was easy now. So you got to bring the peace, you got to bring your joy on this journey. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself looking back. And we do not want that. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to achieve living life on your terms, checking in with God, because it's a divine thing. It's a divine assignment, and that makes it easier. That lets you know that you can do it. So remember this. Don't go back. When you find yourself wanting to go back, you know what I do when I find myself wanting to go back? I go deeper. I go deeper. I meditate and I pray. I talk to my daughter. I talk to my husband. I talk to my friends. Talk to my mentor. Because I want to find out, why do I want to go back? Where is that coming from? And it's just at the brink of my breakthrough that it happens. So find someone to talk to. Don't think that you have to go this thing alone. The unfamiliar road is where transformation lives. So understand, that sign says wake, pray, and slay. You got to wake up, pray, and then you got to go out and slay. And the road is unfamiliar. It's an unfamiliar road until it becomes familiar. That's just how it is. That's where transformation lives. And so I'm here, I'm here to help walk you through it, to help guide you based on my lived experiences, based on my training, based on my willingness to be vulnerable, based on my willingness to tell you the truth. I'm here to walk you through your transformation. And if you're craving that next level of clarity, because you've got to have that first. Without clarity, nothing happens. And I go real deep. I take clarity and I cube it. I take it to the third power. So there's 3 levels of clarity. There's 3 levels of courage. There's 3 levels of confidence. And there are 3 levels of bliss. I take it to the third power, baby. And I bring you back. I bring you back so you can walk in your divinity. So if you're craving that next level of clarity, I want to invite you to connect with me. If you feel like something I've said has made a difference for you, then I want to connect you with me, with my world, with what I do. And so I've got a few things going. I've got my clarity catalyst session. That's a one-on-one session that I take you through. I've got my group coaching. Or if you're looking for something that doesn't cost you dollars, but it's going to cost you time now, it's going to cost you your attention, then you can join my free Full of Life Chapter Hub community. There's a space for you to grow there too. There's a space for you to contribute and just kind of dip your toe in the water. Now, I'll leave all the links below. But let's build the women you were always meant to be. You don't have to do it alone. You absolutely don't have to do it alone. So before I go, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, because when you subscribe, you know what happens? You get notice that I'm here. You get notice that I've got something for you. And then the YouTube algorithm will push my video out so more women like us can get the information, so that women like us can support one another and move forward. So just want to thank you for listening to Rollerset to Mindset. And if this episode spoke to you, then share it out. Like it, subscribe it, comment, and share it out. Share it out with someone else, another woman who's on the edge of her breakthrough. But if she's not encouraged, she won't know it. And as I said before, you're not alone. Sometimes it may feel crazy, but you're not cray-cray, you're not crazy. You're just in the middle of becoming, and it's stretching you. And so until next time, I want you to stay bold. I want you to know that you are blessed. And I want you to know that you do not have to go back. Okay? I'll talk with you soon. Bye. Mwah.